Viewer discretion is advised.
What up, MeepSquad? SarzeLight here, and welcome back to some more Gran Turismo 4. Because, like I said, I'm doing this because I'm enjoying it, so why not? And, well, at least one person is. Let's see. Last time we got all the gold trophies in the Sunday Cup, and then I decided, well, then it was we had a look at the next one, the next cup we can enter with our little Toyota. Yeah, we got absolutely destroyed, so turns out we need to upgrade our Toyota a bit more. So obviously, as you can see, up on the top there, got 25,000 credits. Did a little bit of credit grinding just to have some fun, so we can upgrade our little Toyota as well as our little Fiat. Turns out the best way to credit grind is to just redo the Sunday Cup because you're allowed to do that. So that's what I did. So I actually I redid it. That's why there may be some inconsistencies with points and actually will just be points between now and the last video, and that's simply because I erased my wins on the Sunday Cup and then redid it to get the Fiat again, the exact same car, so I could sell it for 8 grand, so 25 grand. So basically, once we've upgraded our little Toyota a bit more, that'll be a lot easier and just be able to credit grind by winning a Fiat over and over and over and over and over. But for that, we'd obviously need to upgrade our little Corolla again. But that's not the first thing that needs to be done, right? Actually, what I want to do first and foremost, I do need to upgrade the Toyota, and will probably need to upgrade the Fiat. But I think first thing to do, because we have it and we haven't actually used it yet. No, wait, no. I need to, I've done this wrong. I need to actually change cars first. I'm being silly. One moment. Okay, go to the garage. Get out of the little Toyota and go into our little Fiat. And when it decides to load, there. We're now driving the Fiat. So now we're going to hit up the FF Cup and see just how bad, how much we need to upgrade this thing. So here's the FF challenge, where we can actually get 1500 for coming first. That's quite a lot. So we'll have a look at our first race here. Let's see, we've got midfield. We've got, what is this? Oh, the Suzuka circuit. Okay. Hong Kong, Grand Valley Speedway, and Twin Ring Motegi. Which one? East Short Course. Okay, well, we'll have a look at the very first race in this, and we'll see what we can do with this Fiat that we just got. But yeah, I have a feeling this is not going to do that well, simply because we've literally just gotten this car and are taking it into a race. Especially now that I see that Renault Megane 2.0 ID at the top. Because, okay, if you remember previously, when we were doing the Motegi ring on in the Sunday Cup, you'll have noticed that you'll remember the Eagle, the thing that was just way too fast and like nothing on the track could keep up with. That Renault Megane is actually a worse version of the Eagle. I'm fairly sure it's faster. So basically, this could be a one-horse race where that thing's just miles ahead of everyone. Anyways, let's give it a shot. And yeah, but yeah, I don't think this is going to go very well with the little Fiat. We're outdated, and everything's going to be a lot faster, especially since, again, no upgrades. It's just the basic Fiat we got for winning the Sunday Cup. Oh goodness, everyone's pulling away already. Yeah, gonna need upgrades before we actually do this with our little Fiat. Definitely gonna need upgrades. So yeah, apologies for what's about to be the most... Oh no, besides the FR Cup beginning in the last one, apologies for what's coming up to be one of the most annoyingly probably boring races, because we're not going to be overtaking anyone, we're not even going to be catching up with anyone, because they're all just a lot faster than we are. 50 miles an hour, oh my goodness. I've gotten too used to using Toyota, which can hit 120 now, and this thing is struggling to do 60. Oh dear. Yeah, 12 seconds behind first. I think we're 12 seconds behind literally everyone, to be honest. Oh, and already kind of oversteer? No, whichever one it is, where you just mess, where the car just does more than what you're expecting. I mean, at least this thing isn't too hard to drive. It kind of responds quite well to turning. That'll change the moment it gets some more power, but that's not the point. Oh goodness. It just pulled away. Oh dear. 18 seconds. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, no, I can see the problem. Oh my goodness, we actually reached 80 miles an hour. Probably not good in this thing. But alas, there's nothing much to be done about it. This is actually my first time using this car. All I did was grind out the Sunday Cup with the Toyota because I knew it could win. So basically that would just get a lot of credits. Whereas this thing, haven't used it yet, and I didn't realize just how slow it would be. So both cars are going to need a bit of upgrading. The Toyota to be able to take on the FR Cup, as well as make credit grinding a bit easier on the Sunday Cup, and this to be able to be usable at all. Yeah, this drives pretty well, to be honest. It just needs power. I mean, the thing is, if I give it more power, it will then need more handling. So it's a double-edged sword sort of thing, where yes, it currently has really good handling, but that's mostly because it's a very slow car. So, like, you can't really mess up cornering when you're not going very quickly. That's why Toyota has a bit of problems. It can gain a decent bit of speed now, but at the cost of cornering is a lot more difficult. I'm still, like, for instance, the Twin Ring Motegi course in Sunday Cup. I still don't do very well at that. I try, it just doesn't go very well. That last corner before the finish line, the double corner, that always gets me. I cannot do that to save my life. Unfortunately, like, oh my goodness, 40 seconds. But no, obviously I can get around it, but I have to slow down like 20 miles an hour just to be able to do that corner because it's so sharp. With a more modern car with better handling, it would probably go by a lot easier at higher speeds. But okay, that pay no attention to that. That didn't happen. I definitely did not just go off the track there. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, yeah, no. Need handling upgrades. Need power upgrades. Need all the upgrades for this thing. It's just, yeah, it's struggling to do anything. Like, everything is just pulled miles away. So 100 credits to help with that is coming our way right now. 50 seconds, yeah. So both cars need some significant upgrades. 50 seconds, oh my goodness. But no, yeah. So both cars need some significant upgrades, definitely. Because Toyota's struggling with the next cup it can enter, and the Fiat is just struggling in general. Okay, so time to go have a look at some upgrades, right? Oh dear. Right. Do you guys do tuning for this car or not? No, none of them are yellow. I'm fairly sure that means that they can't do the tuning for this car. There's Italy. GT Auto. Let's have a look at that real quick. Okay, I hadn't thought about that. I might need to get a wing for our good old Toyota. That might help it with cornering a bit. Is there another actual tuning shop besides? No, so if your car isn't supported by the tuning cars thing down here, you just have to go to its country thing essentially. So here, Auto Bianchi, these guys. I don't particularly want to buy legendary cars; they cost way too much. Okay, now let's see. For starters, exhaust. That's what we did first with the last one, and go straight up to this actually. I say take the second stage one. 3 brake horsepower. Genius. That's definitely going to fix everything. I mean, really, the air intake isn't for power as much as it's just for acceleration. What tires has this thing got? Ah, Sports 2, the exact same as what the Toyota has. I'm not about to change that. Suspension. Maybe not. I mean, we need handling, but did we change drivetrain before or not? Close gearing, super close gearing, transmission fully customizable. I think I did get something from here on the last car, but oh wait, I think it was the flywheel, wasn't it? Yeah. It delivers even sharper engine response as well as improving both acceleration and deceleration characteristics. However, the tendency to lose speed on uphill sections becomes even more severe. So additional tuning to increase engine torque is essential. Okay. I think we did. The other one did get an engine upgrade. It was one of these back ones. It wasn't port polish, was it? It might have been port polish. Might have been this. Yeah, I think it might have been actually. Well, first things first. Yeah, I'm gonna hit up suspension, get the first suspension upgrade. I'm gonna try and just get the same sort of upgrades I got for the Toyota on this thing, and then go to Toyota and upgrade that a little bit more. Engine. By polishing smooth the inner surface of the end, the air fuel mixture passes through them. I hate trying to read these things. Polishing smooth the inner surface of the inlet pore that the air-fuel mixture passes through. The resistance to airflow is reducing the engine response is improved. Although this will not significantly increase the engine power, it will improve the engine background. This tuning is required for naturally aspirated engines. Oh yeah, it's that. And then this is relatively simple but highly effective tuning. The engine management system is an onboard computer is changed to bring out the engine's potential by efficiently resetting the ignition tuning, fuel control, air-fuel ratio, and other settings. Power and torque are increased across the board. For turbo cars, replace the air cleaner and silencer as a set to create the perfect tuning for beginners. Okay. Yeah. I think last time we got this, I don't remember what's on the other car. What does this actually do? 83 BHP, I should say. You bump it up to 76, and you 77. So yeah, the first engine upgrade will be good. Just trying to get this thing usable, sort of thing, because it's kind of not doing so hot right now. And then weight reduction, yeah. Drop the weight by a decent chunk. There we go. So that's a decent bit of upgrades on that. Now we also do have to do. We also need to do the. Oh wait, Bianchi. Yeah, part of the Fiat families. I don't know. But next up, when it decides to load, go back home, get our little Tio. I speak English, I promise. Get our little Toyota and go to the upgrade shop with that again. So pick you back up. I wonder if you can actually change the color somewhere. Anyways, good old Toyota. So head back out and go to HKS, who we've been working with on our Toyota. Although they can also, Tom's Trial and Blitz can also do it, but HKS is our friend now. And did we ever get an engine upgrade on you, or am I just imagining things? Oh, we never actually did. But we never got any engine upgrades? Oh wow, no wonder you're not doing so well on the power. Yeah, that would immediately bump you up. And that would even further, Stage 1 tuning, because I thought we had that, but apparently we didn't. That's my fault. Okay. There's the port polishing, and this, which was just a little bit extra. Or that little bit extra. But also... Oh wait, we don't have enough for it anymore. No, we do. It's 5,000, I think. Oh, we already have the second set of weight reduction. Never mind, okay. Yeah, then another, For a massive increase in power, turbo tuning is invaluable. There are a variety of kits available to match the different stages of tuning, and also supercharger kits for a smoother power delivery. Wait, exhaust. I'm gonna say grab this exhaust. It's not the biggest increase, but it'll help in the long run. And is it drivetrain? Is that the one that makes it so? This is a close ratio transmission where the gearing ratio between gears is relatively small. Although this allows you to stay in the power band as you go around the corner, the top gear ratio is lower, and so the top speed is also reduced. This is suitable for dirt trials and other races where the range of speed is low. On the downside, you could lose time due to the increased number of gear changes needed. And then I think that's the same. Highly peak tuning that have a narrow power band and rally. Yeah, that's for rallies and that. Adds an extra gear and allows you to alter all the gearways. So this is an exceptionally expensive service that allows you to set the gearing to give you the best match to your machine specifications and the characteristics of the circuit. This is a single plate clutch with an expanded diameter that increases contact pressure to handle more powerful engines. This also changes the feel during gear changes with more of a direct feel when you change up than the normal clutch. Oh dear, high power generation U2 clutch plate engine response also improved due to the decreased moment of rotation and shift times are also reduced. Slippage when the clutch plates meet is also reduced, giving improved acceleration character. Now that sounds like what we need. Increasing our... basically giving better acceleration, which is kind of the one problem we've been having. It's just acceleration. On a front engine rear wheel drive car... So that's what FR stands for. Engine wheel drive car, the component that transmits power from the transmission to the differential on the rear axis is the propeller shaft. It is replaced by a lightweight carbon composite shaft. This may be effective in increasing engine response and acceleration characteristics beyond a lightweight body. But LSD, limited slip differential is only applied during acceleration. There's a reasonably developed for front-wheel drive, front-engine cars that do not corner well. The limited slip differential is not applied during braking, so it does not cause any problems when you come into a turn. However, it causes a difference in the car's characteristics during acceleration and deceleration. I'm not sure which of these to go for right now, so because you're the one that shows interest in this the most, and you seem to know what you're on about, my dude. Yes, if you have an idea of which of these would help our little Toyota a bit more, let me know. Looking at them, it's a large single or twin clutch, or triple clutch for that matter, and possibly one of the LSDs, I'm not sure. So yeah, if you could give a little bit more help for that. As for this... turbo? Is it worth it getting turbo? This menu increases the power in the high RPM ranges without sacrificing torque in the low and medium speed ranges by using a compact turbine. Although this gives a mid-supercharging, the turbo lag is small and features high response that makes for easy handling of technical circuits. Supporting parts are also replaced with endurance parts, so including a metal gasket, oil cooler, and strengthened oil pump. So that'll give a small amount of power. Okay. Can't afford the supercharger. Yes, because a supercharger right now would be the best of ideas. What was I was actually going to do? Something I was going to get. Oh wait, I think I might have been going to upgrade the suspension, and then I decided not to right away. And now I can't afford it. Oh, brilliant. anything I can do with brakes? Nope, can't afford brake control. Can't afford engine upgrade, I don't think. Because I bought that one. No, wait, no, I could get one of these things. Port polish, engine balancing. I can't afford that. And these two. I think we're good for now. Okay, so I think this is now going to become a bit more of a testing bit. We're going to go into that event we were having problems with and see if we can do better with Toyota, and then we'll take the Fiat back into the FF challenge and see how that goes. Okay, so with a pretty decent increase in power, we came last time by quite a margin. Let's see if we do a little bit better now. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm not expecting this to go well. If it doesn't, we can always test out our upgrades by going back to the Sunday Cup and seeing if we can get the race with the Eagle. Oh, this is not going to be easy. 200, yeah, wait, I remember this is quite difficult, the 200 point race. I think every car here is, it's not really, like, they're all kind of... Okay, we've got more power. Can we keep pace now? No, they're pulling away already. Yeah, I don't think this is going to go very well. Especially when that happened. Oh, dear lord. Okay. Yeah. So, slight problem is still lacking in handling by the looks of it. Oh, dear. 7 seconds behind on the first couple of corners. This is not good. This is not looking good for little Toyota. I mean, at least they haven't pulled away so much we can't see them at all. I mean, it's about to happen, but it hasn't happened quite yet, which is encouraging. Like, there, I can still see him, barely. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to catch up with him, unfortunately. I think if we're going to do this, we need a lot more upgrades. Either a lot more upgrades for this Toyota, or just straight up a newer car. Because I have to admit, as far as I can tell, I am essentially taking this against more modern, they're not supercars, but they're the faster, the kind of more faster commercial coupes and that. Things that aren't as big as supercars, but they can, with the right upgrades, they can be comparable in speed. Almost. Obviously, they can't be compared to hypercars at all. But like some of the lower end supercars are kind of similar to these. Because I mean, for instance, there's a Skyline GTS, or I know there was a Skyline in that list lineup, which is it's a sports car. It's sports cars we're up against, really. Bit of a problem for this thing is this is just a very old home car. But I digress. I wasn't sure how well this would go. Unfortunately, it seemed quite badly. And crash. That didn't end very well. I kind of saw that coming. Unfortunately, there's nothing. It's just not enough braking for that. Yeah, our poor little Toyota just cannot keep up with these things at the moment. They're late 90s, early 90s sports cars, and this is an 80s home car. Unfortunately, without more upgrades to power and handling, I don't think this thing ever stands a chance of catching these guys. Which is a shame, really. Because if possible, I would have loved to just storm the world with this Toyota. Like, if it were possible, I would have solo ran this game with Toyota. So I like the little Corolla. Heck, I know I can solo run Need for Speed with this thing. But that's a completely different game series. I say I know I can. I've done it before, but it was not easy. Like most games, including this, expect you to upgrade your car the further you get into the game. Which, I mean, makes sense, because eventually you are just outclassed. On this, it comes up a lot faster than most other games, though. Like, you're just immediately outclassed by everything once you get to this race. So yeah, unfortunately our little Toyota can't do this race very well. Like I said, we'll try the Fiat, or the Auto Bianchi, or whatever it's called, in the FF challenge again with the few upgrades we have given it. Hopefully that means it'll start keeping up with what's in there, but I mean, the power it has now is comparable to what this had when we started with it, and we weren't exactly coming last in every race. So it's possible it might keep up, but not very well. Then again, we were also 50 seconds behind at the end of that last race, so this was for. Yeah, no. Okay. Yeah, Nissan Skyline 350 GT, BMW Z4, Mazda RX-8, Mazda RX-7, and Nissan 3. Yeah, I can see why we might not have caught up with them. I can see why that might have happened. That's literally just all pseudo supercars, but sports cars. Oh my god. Yeah, I can see why we might not have done very well at this race. Yeah, I noticed the skyline. I hadn't noticed the rest of the lineup. That's terrifying. Okay, time to go pick up our little Fiat again and try the FF challenge. May need to upgrade it a little bit more though. I mean, at least it's got some brake horsepower now, and Auto Bianchi A112 a bar. Okay, we'll give this a shot. And if this doesn't work out, we'll test out the Toyota in the Sunday Cup again and see if we do any better against the stuff we've already beaten. Like, see if we can like catch up with that blasted Eagle. I mean, funnily enough, the when I redid the when I redid the Sunday Cup off screen, the one where I won the name escapes me. The one where I won on. Why can't I remember the name of the track? Oh my god. One second. It's in this Twin Ring Motegi. There we go. What, the one where I won on that? The Eagle was in that race, but because it didn't start in first, it didn't pull miles ahead of everything. So I managed to actually like catch up and like get ahead of it. It's weird, but basically, if the Eagle or the Renault start in first, there's no way in hell anyone's catching up with it. But if it starts in like, I think it's the Eagle that will actually start in third, and so because it was being held up by the two cars in front of it, it was easy to catch and overtake. Okay, Toyota Starlet, Alfa Romeo, Mitsubishi Eclipse, Renault Megane. Oh god, that thing's still here. See, now that's the thing. That Renault Megane is one of the ones that, if it's in first, it just blows everything out of the water. At least in the Sunday Cup, it did. I'm not sure about here, but yeah, that thing, if it's in first in the Sunday Cup, it blows everything out the water like the Eagle. But if it starts not in first, it tends not to. Like, it'll be held up by the slower cars that are in front of it. Oh god, this is a 200-point race. I'm not catching any of these guys. I can tell you that right now. 200-point race is the worst thing to see when you start up, because it means everything is just way faster. I mean, hey, we're gaining power a bit quicker now, which is good. Unfortunately, it doesn't matter because this little guy just isn't as fast as them. Yeah. Might have to look at more upgrades for our little Fiat, because right now it just doesn't compete. Oh my goodness, just turning corners just became so much harder now. Yeah, oh dear. Okay, looks like a lot more credit grinding is going to need to be done just so we can upgrade this and the Toyota to be able to compete in these new cups. Because at the moment, oh dear God, no. I mean, we've gotten a harder race this time. Because I can't. The last one we did wasn't a 200. I can't remember how much it was, but it wasn't a 200. And the amount of points you get for winning is basically the game telling you this is how hard this race is. 200 is so far the hardest I've seen pop up, and that's here and that other race, which I think was 200 both times we did it. So yeah, it's not easy. But you can notice how the points correspond to the difficulty of the race based on the cars you're up against. Because if you like grinding out the Sunday Cup again, if you look at which cars pop up, anytime you're on that, I'm going back to the last track with the Eagle or the Renault or that because they're the ones that just throw the score out of the window and just say, hey, you're going miles in the air. But any race that includes those cars, either of them, immediately is a 50-point race, and it's ridiculous. It's just like, oh, those cars aren't here, 37, 39. Oh, the Eagle's here, 51. It's like, what? Oh, the Renault's here, 57. Just like, okay. Just the fact that these cars are just so much better than anything else that's in the race. They all by themselves push up the score, like push up the points for coming first. It's like what? In this case, just the reason it's 200 is because every car is just so much better than what you're going to have at this point without a load of upgrades. So the game's like, we know this is pretty much going to be impossible for you, so here, if you somehow manage to pull this out of your arse and win, you get a crap ton of points. Now obviously those points, it's just based on the fact, hey, it's these cars that are here, yo, you're gonna stand no chance. So the game's just like, these are the best cars that can show up for this, so here, have 200 points if you actually beat them. So say for instance this was a fully upgraded Fiat that could easily outrun them, we'd still get 200 points for coming first. It's just it would be a lot easier because the thing would be fully upgraded with all the best upgrade we can get for it. Unfortunately, right now it's not, and we're not even keeping pace. Again, they've just pulled away. 30 seconds, oh dear. This is looking to be exactly the same as the first time around. This thing still has pretty decent handling, I'll admit that much. It's definitely not as good as it was when it was slower, but I mean that's not a surprise. We increased the power without really getting a lot of handling upgrades. We went straight to getting an engine upgrade on this to basically make it go a lot faster without actually upgrading the handling enough to compensate. So that's why this thing corners so much worse than it did. Okay, here we go. 46. So we've improved by 5 seconds. We have improved by 5 seconds, which is better than nothing. It's still terrible, but it's better than nothing. Oh dear. Yeah, so upgrades. Okay, last couple things I want to do here. Set up the Fiat with a couple more upgrades because we're going to need to get this thing upgraded if we want to be able to do the FF challenge, and we kind of need to do the FF challenge. So, tuning shop. So what we've gotten so far is the second exhaust upgrade, the first engine upgrade. Can we afford the second one? No, it costs way too much. Can get one of these, but not right now. Did we get a suspension upgrade? Yes, we got the first suspension upgrade. And we got one weight reduction upgrade. We could drop the weight by another 21 kilos. Yeah, I'm gonna grab the weight reduction upgrade. That's not really gonna help us too much in the sense of catching up with those guys, but that's okay. I don't need to catch up with them just yet. It's really just getting the car ready. It's not going to be able to do the race. We'll give it one more go and see if that's helped. But actually, wait, how much? 2,000. Can I? No, can't really afford anything useful. So for now, so last couple of things we're gonna do is gonna retry the FF race and see if that weight reduction has improved our Fiat any. Spoiler alert, we're not going to be able to keep up with them unless we get much slower cars as our opponents, which we won't. If we do, then that's lucky. Right. Oh, okay, yeah, no, this is a much kinder thing. So this is not going to be worth anywhere near as much points. No, it's apparently still a 200-point race, so we're not going to keep up with these guys. Maybe it is the same cars and I just didn't recognize it. Okay, well, for starters... Ooh, hello. No, yeah, they're pulling away. For a second there, I thought maybe they weren't pulling away. No, they're pulling away very easily. Oh dear, our poor little Fiat just cannot keep up. I feel bad, honestly. I want it to work. I really want it to work, but it can't. And cornering is a nightmare. Lovely. Oh dear. I feel like I'm just torturing the poor little thing now, making it go into this race over and over with no chance of winning. But I really do want to see if that's actually helped it improve. Because if it's improved a bit, then, hey, actually, yeah, I think it has, because that was 11 seconds on this last time. Then again, to be fair, I think what was in the race was the Renault Megane, and that just immediately went to first place. So, yeah. That thing always pulls out like miles ahead of. If it ends up in first, it just pulls miles ahead of everything. I don't know. We'll see. If we're less than 46 seconds behind them at the end of the race, then you know what, that was worth it. Even if it's not done much for improving, it's improved the car a bit, and that's what kind of counts, because it's all little things that, once they're all put together, make a much bigger improvement. That's kind of how this works. It's a war of attrition, so to speak. That's probably not the right expression in the slightest, but whatever. Okay. See just how far behind we are once we get to the line. I think we're actually, yeah, we're improving on the time, because it was 2:11 the first time we went around. Or the last time we went around is our first lap, and I think this time we're going to get 2:9? 2:9, yeah, so 2 seconds faster than our first lap and our last attempt. So that's good. So we've improved ever so slightly. Oh, whoops. Didn't mean to do that, didn't mean to do that. Okay, whoops. Went off the track a bit. Not intentional. I know in the other ones I was cutting corners a lot. Not here, I just went off by accident. See, it's weird, this thing is more responsive, but not exactly like a 28 second. Yeah, so we've improved a bit, because that was over 30 seconds on the last one. I wonder how well we'll keep, like, we're not going to catch up to them, that's obvious. It's not ready. It needs a lot more upgrades. It's possible that it's just, this might never be able to do it, but I think it can. It just needs the upgrades. There's also a chance the way they expect you to progress in this is to basically complete the Sunday Cup over and over to get like 10 of this and just sell them all so you have enough money to buy one of the better cars. But instead I'm going to upgrade this thing. I want to use it. I want to see if I can make this little Fiat come first in the FF Cup, because I think it can do it. It just needs upgrades. because obviously it's a much older car. But the things we're facing are from the late 90s and early 90s, and this is from 1979. So, yeah, it's a much older car. It needs to be upgraded to be brought to modern standards. Okay, 153. So, yeah. Okay, we've improved again by 6 seconds. That's not bad. So we're slowly improving our little Fiat to be better. So that's good. Again, we're not really getting anything for it. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do for these last two is take the Fiat and then the Toyota into the Sunday Cup and see how well they do. I'm also going to do the track that I find, I'm going to say easiest out of them, which is it the high speed ring? I think so. I say easiest, I think it's the high speed ring, which is basically just, yeah. I'm going to take them both into the high speed ring. No, I'll take this into the high speed ring to see how it's doing, and we'll take the Toyota into the, don't clear this time. I'll clear it and redo it off screen for credit grinding, because I'm going to need to if I want to stand a chance of getting the credits needed to upgrade both these cars. Okay, let's give this a shot. Like I just said, 92. Oh god. I've never seen it this high before. But no, like I was saying, off screen when I'm credit grinding, I'll clear the wins with Toyota and basically just redo the entire Sunday Cup a few times over to win a few more of these Alto Bianchis, and then sell them for a load of credits, because the more of them I get, the more credits I get. It's worth about 8 grand, so just selling 10, so if I did 10 times I get 80 grand out of it, plus the 600 per race 10 times, so that'd be 6 grand, so 86 grand out of just that. More than that, because it's not exactly 8,000 that this thing's worth, it's worth a bit more, but come on, little Fiat, come on. We're actually somewhat keeping pace. Oh my. See, here's the thing with this track. This is just barely keeping pace. The Toyota takes first on that very first corner. Like the corner we just, not this one here, but like you got the big bend and you got the corner right after it. On that, like on the big bend, the Toyota takes third, and on the corner it takes first. So it can do this track really well. This, however, cannot. I mean, it's not as powerful. It's keeping pace with the cars, but I've never seen the point total that you can get for this race higher than 50 before. So apparently there's an even harder version of this race than we're doing it right now with the Fiat, when I wasn't expecting it, and we just took 5th, which is amazing. I mean, we crashed, but we just took 5th. So again, probably not going to take first, but 4th is looking possible. I mean, with this one, it seems like if you can get to 4th, then you're in the runnings for first, because they're all so close together. Unfortunately, getting to 4th isn't going to happen by the looks of it. They are just so much faster than our little Fiat. This thing needs so many upgrades. Plus, again, this is like I've never seen the point total go this high before. It's never been above 50. So this is a much harder race. Uh-oh. 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 No. No. Fiat, no! I was not expecting that to happen. Okay, where are you? I need to make sure I'm in front of you so you don't overtake. The last thing I want is this red car taking back 5th, when I fought so hard just to get 5th in the first. Or actually, because of the corners, we're not that far behind the guys in 4th and that. It's just catching them is not happening. Because the only way this thing would ever catch them is on the straights. Well, actually, no, I could catch them in the corners if I could keep up with them in the straights. That's kind of how this works with a lot of these older cars, is if you can keep up with them in the straights, you can take them in the corners, because the way the AI works, they'll slow down before you do. Like, if you play it, obviously if they get to the corner first, they'll slow down for just about every corner, whereas for some corners you genuinely don't need to. So, like, or if you do, you can brake a lot later than the AI does, because obviously they're following a specific path that they've been programmed to follow. So they'll brake at the same point every time, which is usually a decent chunk before the actual corner. Oh, I didn't even notice that the Eagle was in this race. Oh no, I can see why this was actually quite hard. Eagle, Barchetta, BMW, yeah. No, I can see why that's got a 92 points. Yeah, that's why. Okay, okay. A much harder version of the race. Much harder than I've ever seen. So yeah, it's definitely, the car's improved, but I've never seen that. I've never seen that race so difficult before. That's the first time that's had those fast cars. So I'm not even sure the Toyota could win that version. Anyways, let's pick up our Toyota and see just how well it's doing in the Sunday Cup, because it's the one that won the Sunday Cup, and it's gotten a couple upgrades since then. So yeah, we'll do that, and then we'll finish off for this. So this is a lot of testing, which isn't great, but you know what? It's good to test things out, find out exactly how to. Yeah, the 147 brake horsepower compared to 83, so we should be able to keep up with anything. Hopefully, we'll see though. So we go back in here with this. I hit up Twin Ring Motegi because that's the only one where we didn't take first immediately. Pretty much. Oh, well, no. That's not entirely true. The first track, on the first track, the of oh, there's that Renault Megane 2.0. It's in fourth though, so this should be a bit simpler. But name escapes me. The well, the very first track in the Sunday Cup, with that one, unlike with most of the other 9 points. What? It must be based off your car as well, because I've never seen it go that low either. Yeah, because the Toyota is so much more powerful, I'm getting a much lower point total because I've never seen it go that low or that high. So it must be based off the car you're using as well. So because I've got upgrades on the Toyota that make it so much more powerful, the game's just like, hey, your car's a lot better than it has ever been, so you kind of need to get less points for winning. It's a shame, really, because I don't feel like that's fair. Because it's still not an easy race, this one. Hello, Renault. Hello, thing. Oh god, no. Turned a little bit too hard there. Yeah, this car doesn't corner very well still, so... There was an upgrade there that basically made cornering easier. I think I'm gonna have to look into that one for the Toyota. But yeah, no, this has become a lot simpler. I can see kind of why we're being given less points for completing. Oh, okay. What? And look at that. Now I can't even get going because off-road is just stupid, honestly. The way they handled going off-road in this, it was not done very well. Because no car slows down to 12 miles an hour from 40 just because it went off-road. That's not how that works. I am sorry, Gran Turismo 4, but if you want to be the real driving simulator, maybe get off-road correct, because that's not how cars work. That's not how cars work in the slightest. Even ones that aren't meant to go off-road, it doesn't matter. They don't suddenly drop 30 miles an hour just because, hey, they went on grass. In case you weren't aware of that, of how cars work, yeah, that's not how cars work. I might not even be able to take first for this. This is the one race where taking first is quite hard with the Toyota just because it can't corner very well. So basically I need to slow down like crazy for corners, which can work, but it also means that I can't overtake in the corner. What the? Excuse you? No, get back here. How dare you take the position I took from you? Luckily we have the power! Not taking first, no, can't quite catch this guy, no. Yeah, so again, this race is one that can be won, but it's harder because the Toyota just can't corner, which is a problem. So yeah, again, more credit grinding off screen, more upgrades to be bought. DS, you're the guy who does racing games and loves them probably more than me. I do love a good racing game. I will admit that much, but you're way more into this. You understand this a lot more. So if you've got recommendations for upgrades for the Toyota and for the Fiat, please let me know. But yeah. So yeah, any upgrade recommendations? I mean, anyone can give their opinion on that. I love to hear feedback on what you think I should be using for these cars to upgrade them. But DS has been helping me so far through with each of the upgrades. So again, if you want to provide any more insight, please do, my dude. Anyone else who wants to, please do so. That would be brilliant. It does help because I understand how racing games work most of the time, but I don't know like upgrades in that in depth yet. I haven't really paid enough attention to them to do that. I just for other games like a lot of them you can just put on the next best thing and you're fine. Um, it's basically how newer ones work. Older ones is a bit different because they all do different things. But like I said, for now, I'm gonna end things off here because we really can't progress. Like just straight up, we can't progress right now. It's not happening. We're not. Yeah, can't progress because our cars aren't good enough. So we need upgrades. So I'll be doing more grinding off screen. Let me know what upgrades I should get for the next part because we're gonna need it. But with that, I'm gonna end this episode here so that I can edit and upload it as well as maybe record other stuff today. Not sure yet, but again, with that, thanks for watching, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers for now.